Now that we've seen how to filter and summarize data in Inspect, let's move on to the segmentation feature. Segmentation is about splitting your dataset into groups and uncovering how their draft patterns differ, whether those groups are different teams, different patches, or specific hero choices. We'll start by narrowing our dataset to games from patch 7.35, focusing only on the dire side. The first type is metadata segmentation. For example, we might want to compare two teams, Team Falcon and Team Spirit, because they have a large number of games played as dire. We set Group 1 as dire, Team Falcon, and Group 2 as dire, Team Spirit. The system then compares how often each group visits each node in the player journey map. If you run it without adjustments, the graph may still feel overwhelming. That's where the difference filter comes in. It highlights only the nodes with the biggest visit differences between the two groups. You might set it to the top 5% of differences, or choose your own threshold. The result is a difference graph, where color shows which group visits each event more often. Orange means Falcon visits more, blue means Spirit visits more, and deeper colors mean bigger differences. For example, if Ban Disruptor in Phase 1 is orange, Falcon bans Disruptor much more often than Spirit. Compared to Ban Magnus in Phase 1, Ban Disruptor in Phase 1 is in deeper orange, meaning the difference is larger. From this, we see that Team Spirit often bans Timber Saw, Betrider Doom, and Dragon Knight first, while Team Falcon prefers Disruptor, Shadow Demon, Templar Assassin, Magnus, and Storm Spirit. Moreover, Falcon picks Razor in Phase 2 much often. For supports pick in Phase 4, Spirit favors Lion and Grimstroke, while Falcons favored Mirana, Crystal Maiden, and Hoodwink, and they also pick Timbersaw in this phase. Alongside the visualization, the statistical table confirms these patterns with exact counts and win rates. The second type is behavioral segmentation. Instead of grouping games by metadata, we group them by in-game decisions. You define these as combinations of events. For example, pick Pangolier in Phase 2, 4, or 6. Firstly, make sure you have all game events for patch 7.35. We set Group 1 to all games where a team picked Pangolier in any of those phases. You can select these events directly from the graph or from the drop-down list. The AND, OR, and NOT options give you flexibility. For example, pick Pangolier in any of these phases. Group 2 will be all other games. In this dataset, Group 1 has 194 games, Group 2 is 575. Filtering to the most different nodes between the groups, we see Bloodseeker is often banned in Pangolier games. His ultimate is a direct counter. Keeper of the Light is also frequently banned in Pangolier games. In Group 2, banning Pangolier in Phase 1 is common, which likely explains why he isn't picked. The stats at context. Picking Pangolier in Phase 2 or 4 performs well, but picking him last drops when rate below 40%. Interestingly, banning Keeper of the Light when playing Pangolier increases when rate more than banning Bloodseeker, suggesting Keeper may be the more impactful counter. With both metadata and behavioral segmentation, you can compare strategies between teams, across patches, or around specific heroes, moving from simply seeing the draft to truly understanding the thinking behind it. Segmentation is where Inspect starts to answer why teams draft the way they do, revealing targeted tactics for certain heroes and the patterns that define each team's preferences.